That is what we want to see.
There's a lot more.
Some nice bright red blood. Bradley Baker here, Hunt Fish Camp. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, that'll help us out. We are out bow hunting tonight. Bradley has got his compound bow ready to go, and this will be, he's looking for his first deer with a compound bow. He shot some with a crossbow, he shot a couple with a gun, but he wants to use the compound bow, so we're looking for anything brown. Maybe not anything, most things. Shoot a fawn, shoot a doe, small buck, doesn't matter. So the hope is how we're set up here. Hopefully you can see it. Got a little hill road crossing, a little pond right there, a little wood duck pond. And they cross up here and they head up to a field. Up above there actually, there's a little field next to us. I don't really expect to see anything in there with the way the wind's going, but we'll see. The wind's not being our friend. It's kind of coming across us right now. So any deer that come from above, not likely going to make it all the way down to us, but because we're willing to shoot anything, sometimes get a fawn that makes a mistake, and we'd be happy with that tonight, so we'll see. So last night, Bradley and I went out. We sat on a ladder stand, saw a couple deer, close call, nothing quite close enough to us. The wind is blowing kind of the wrong direction. So tonight we are in one of the box stands that my dad has built on the property, and better for gun hunting. It's a little tough with the bow sometimes out of here, but with the wind blowing like it is, it's nice for one to be out of the wind, but then it keeps our scent contained a little bit, so hopefully we can get something close. We'll see. What are you going to shoot tonight?
Anything that walks in front of us.
Perfect. So make sure you're careful. Don't walk in front of us tonight. Bradley's trigger happy. We are cushy hunting tonight, so sitting in the box blind. And when it comes to bow hunting, I really prefer sitting out in a ladder stand out in the open. You can hear a lot better, so you hear things coming, and there's a little bigger rush when you get a deer to come right underneath you. But for us to sit together, there's really only one other spot we can do that right now, and the wind just isn't right for that. So take what we can get. Gotta hunt when you can hunt. Can't shoot something if you're not out there. You also can't get something if you don't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
surprised that though. She's the one that'll bust us. No one else is gonna care. Let's just be ready right out here. So I can shoot right out the front window when it gets up there.
Gosh, Daddy's right there.
I know. You can shoot the front window. Alright, so had some excitement. There were 4 deer in front of us. There's at least 2 deer back behind us. And we didn't get any shots off. So what was the problem?
There were too many deer.
Sometimes too many deer can be a bad thing. Especially when the doe stood right in front of us and we're up the hill from us, so she's looking right at her, good looking right at us, so didn't want to move too much at that point, but kind of waiting around, and she went underneath of us, which was perfect, except then she spooked from her scent down at the base of the ladder, so then all chaos went out, so it's a lot of fun, even when you don't get to shoot, but there's still a lot of time left, so more deer may come out here. Maybe just 1 deer will come out.
Now she's coming back up here. Then what are you doing? Trying to now get a scene. See that? Should I stand up?
You need to, yeah. That was a good spot to shoot right now. Draw. There we go. Yeah. I think you missed.
No, I didn't. My arrow's in him.
Oh, in that one?
Yeah.
Why weren't you? I was filming the wrong one.
Oh.
Well, good job.
She's standing over there.
Yeah, because I've got a perfect view of one right there, so I'm looking at that one. So I couldn't even see that other one.
Oh, I didn't think.
Okay, shh, get in the arrow, sit down.
I just shot at the close one. Which was the buck fawn, the bigger one.
It was the butt, yeah. Okay. So on one hand, I'm really excited right now. On the other hand, I'm really disappointed. Not in Bradley and myself. So the 2 fawns came up, and in this box blind you can't see very well. And I didn't want to get up really, really high. And so I thought I was filming the deer that he was looking at. Stopped perfect. And he shoots. And like I didn't see the arrow, I didn't see anything. The deer just kind of ran up. She's actually right there, so there we go. There she is.
Yeah. It's stuck into her.
Yeah. So anyway, so I thought he just completely missed. But then then 1 deer ran that way, 1 ran that way. He said, no, the arrow was stuck in him.
Seriously, it's feeding now.
So, well, she doesn't know what happened. So he says it was a good shot. So we'll see.
I did not say anything about a good shot.
He said the arrow was in
I'm
him.
concerned about the shot because the arrow is sticking like up out of it.
Right. So shoot down at him. It's okay.
Yeah, but
So,
should my arrow go all the way through it?
well, not necessarily. Depends on where you hit him. They're gonna give that deer some time. So we'll just sit tight and eventually we'll get down, look for some blood, and go from there.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get down. We'll see if we can find some first blood, and then we'll kind of wait for him to get out here and go see what we've got. So hopefully when you see us next, we've got a deer.
Yeah.
If not, when you see us next, we'll be reviewing footage because it looks like the GoPro did pick up the shot. Here we are out in the dark. That is what we want to see.
There's a lot more.
Some nice bright red blood. Didn't get a pass through, so not expecting a ton of blood. We're definitely seeing a good amount. After following a decent blood trail for a little over 100 yards, we decided to head back to the house and review the footage. Well, we are back in the stand. As you saw, we shot a deer. We spent some time tracking in the dark. Didn't recover it. Back the next day. Still didn't recover it. and looking at the footage, looks like the arrow hit that shoulder blade and really didn't penetrate as far as we had thought, even though we had seemed like decent blood. But when the deer took off, the arrow was hanging back quite a bit, so don't think it got in there quite so far. So I don't know. Want to take us through it?
Yeah. So I hit a little bit high and up in the front shoulder blade. And didn't really hit any vitals to kill it.
Which is how bow hunting goes. And then especially when we're using the compound bow, not using a crossbow, so you don't have a scope or that added penetration, to bust through a shoulder blade and that kind of stuff. So how much are you pulling? 42 pounds?
Yeah.
Around there? Yep. So I'm pulling 42 pounds. We're at that. I think the state rule, at least what it used to be, was 35 pounds you have to be pulling. And it's not a lot. So it's tough to get that penetration. It's got to be a good shot. So that's why our effective range we're saying is 15 yards. We're actually up that to 20. We've been target shooting a bunch this week at 20 yards and 25 yards, hitting the target really, really well. So probably won't sling to 25 yards. Shouldn't need to here. 20 yards. Yeah, only we really need to. If there's a bear about to attack us, you can start shooting.
They're a giant target. Be hard to miss.
If a bear was coming at us, I think it'd be really hard, really easy to miss. It'd be terrifying. I'll hide behind.
What would it do? Climb up the tree?
Yeah.
Stick its head right
I think
here?
we'd be okay up here.
Okay.
Oof. There we go. All right, nice job, buddy. Can I get down and pick up her head, show her? Quick, got the arrow sticking in there. Okay, you can just shut that off. There you go. Nice job, buddy. Tell us about it. You're gonna have the light in your eyes, but.
So I noticed her in the field, and she's like standing about 15 yards, kind of facing away. So I stand up, and then she turns broadside, so I draw. Then she starts to walk towards me a little bit. So then I undraw, and she's about to turn, so I draw again. But then she has her front foot is covering up her vitals, her shoulder blade. So then I just kind of wait there for a minute, but then she never moves it, starts to turn. So I undraw again, and then she starts to walk a little bit, a few steps forward, and then she's standing there broadside about 10 yards away-ish. And I draw, she moves her front foot, and I shoot her. And then as she runs off, it looks like it's a little bit far back, but it looked like it had good penetration.
Yep.
And saw her go into the woods, and then we got out here and started trailing her and found her.
Nice.
Yeah.
Kind of a tough trail without a pass through, right? So it didn't get not a ton of blood, but enough. And since the arrow never came out, that kind of clogs things up a little bit. But this is why, by the way, so looking at this deer right here, this is why I'm a big proponent of fixed broadheads, not mechanical ones, especially if you're not pulling a lot of weight. Because that broadhead stuck in there, and every time she's running through all this thick brush around us, and that was doing damage. Okay, if you have a mechanical broadhead, so unless those blades are locking in place, they fold back down, and that arrow is going to slide out, which would give you a nice blood trail, but it's not doing any extra damage after you shoot. And especially in this case, being shot just a little far back as she went through stuff, it actually pushed the broadheads up forward, more into lungs and all that. So awesome. Nice job, buddy.
Thanks.
Now we just got to figure out getting her out of here. I think we don't want to gut her right here because we walked the dogs down the road. The road is literally, we can't see it, but it's literally like 15 yards away.
Yep.
So we went all through up and down through the brush, and then she's 15 yards from the road. So that's kind of cool, but she's pretty small, so we'll probably drag her across the road down by the creek bottom down there and gut her out down there.